All right, so we're about to ask some. We're about to have a discussion on this Battlefield. Um, with the uh, big popularity of something like a Battlefield 1 and a lot of the free DLCs that dropped recently, I just thought we would go through a few things with Battlefield. And for those that don't own Battlefield, well, maybe you might find this interesting. Well, let me ask this. This is the big one here because there seems to be a little bit of a pushback or a little bit of a, I'm gonna stay in this lane because I believe that this shooter may not be right for me or it's too difficult. Would you recommend Battlefield 1 to Call of Duty players and why?
Yes, of course. I would require Battlefield 1, especially Battlefield 1, because it has like similar pace of a gameplay. And usually old Battlefield don't have that thing, not like Battlefield 1. And people, Call of Duty players, man, I feel sad for these guys.
You don't
They
you
should
don't
change.
you don't need to feel sad for someone who doesn't feel sad for himself. I mean,
Exactly. But man, he's still waiting for a new one. And it's crazy.
Yeah, they're still
This
waiting
Call
for
of
new
Duty
Call of Duty when they
went
could
so
be
far,
playing,
actually.
when they probably could be playing something like a Battlefield 1, correct?
I bet they're gonna like it. They're gonna like it. But they don't. If you are new on Battlefield 1, you feel like, yeah, when the first time I played Battlefield 3, I don't understand what is conquest. I was like, I'm all into the big map. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to respawn on people in squad. I don't know what this squad is. There's a lot of things. I get it on Battlefield 4. So I was playing Battlefield 3 like team deathmatch only. So
Wow.
yeah, which is wrong.
When it comes to Battlefield, yeah, I have to agree with that, man. That's like,
Yeah.
I don't think you want to do TDM.
When first time I offered the game to Hamada, you remember Hamada, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I offered him to go to Battlefield 4, and he's like, "No, man, the map is so big. I don't have to like
Wow.
to walk or run all over the maps, and at the end I would get shot and have to do it again." I said, "No, man, you got like truck, you got some you can respawn, you can spawn on your flag,
Yeah.
capture your flag. There's a lot of things you can do. It's not about only killing, like a team who kill more he win. Nah, it's not about that. It's
Yeah.
actually, hey, you have something to do.
Yeah, I think the perspective overall just has to be a bit different. You can't just look at it directly comparing
Yeah.
to your ways of Call of Duty. But if you give it a try, you may actually enjoy it because it's much bigger. It's a much bigger game than what you will just hear about or what you think until you get into it. So I mean, Call of Duty is probably a short film, and Battlefield is an epic adventure. But what are your thoughts on that, Coco? Since you have jumped into Battlefield 1 just from us talking about it, what is going on there?
nothing much. I enjoy this game. It needs strategy, and I like games who. Fucking hell! I just got shot down by an artillery truck. And speaking of it, like you can't really do any of that in Call of Duty, right?
No,
Those people really want to give you a lot of experience.
yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
like you said, like Call of Duty is like a fast, movie. You just watch when you are tired and you just, want to do something quick. But I don't know, Battlefield 1 is a totally different experience.
It is, but there is no offense to Call of Duty, to be honest, man. Like,
no, this ain't.
early Call of Duty, man, was too good. I really enjoy playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty is especially the older ones. Definitely great. The older ones. I can only speak on the older ones. But I was just saying, I was relating to some of the newcomers, or even some of those that haven't gotten the game yet, gotten Battlefield 1 yet. That if they're just wondering, or if they're on the fence, if it's too much for you, or you want to catch it on sale, make sure you catch it on sale. But whatever you do, make sure you get that game. If you've been playing Call of Duty for years and you think you're intimidated by something like a Battlefield, look into Battlefield 1, because it's a great experience. It's a bit different, but the movement, I will say, is something you'll be able to get into if you're used to Call of Duty. So don't really be intimidated by any of that, or by people speaking that you have to do so much that is so overwhelming. You'll get into it. Once you get into it, just the basics, you'll actually want to do more yourself. It'll bring you to want to do more, and you'll enjoy it. You'll actually like what you're doing. So don't let those people in comment sections get you all like, this ain't the game for you. You got to stay away from this game if you're a Call of Duty player, yada yada, all that type of stuff. Also, for those that have been playing the older Call of Duties for years, I know our people in Call of Duty World at War, when you step your eyes on something like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, you will realize just how behind we have been all these years. I mean, I'm just speaking visuals now. You know, when you look at the visuals and the advancement of visuals, there's a lot of people that have been playing these games for years, so you know, it's not a surprise to them. But for us, man, when you see a lot of the things you see in these new games, that's how the game's supposed to look today. Battlefield 1 is how things should look today in multiplayer. That's how you play a multiplayer game. Fantastic production. This is what you want to play when you're talking about modern gaming. As far as visuals go, they should give you that experience. This is something I cannot see Call of Duty doing. Not trying to knock Call of Duty, but I looked at a few videos from the, what is it?
Yeah,
World at War
the
II?
new one.
World War II?
Yeah.
World War II. And
that's the thing. It's not about only the visual things.
It's not.
It's Call of Duty. They don't offer something new. Like
they try.
Like when you go to see the Battlefield, they still, when DLC come out, they put some modes so you can, like other modes like Frontline is like the last mode they on Battlefield. So
yeah.
And Call of Duty, since Call of Duty 4, people still playing team deathmatch so far.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They don't offer something new. They when Call of Duty World at War, this is World at War 2. Yeah, they listen to what people want, and the people want them to go back or do the same thing that they were doing on old Call of Duty, and they do it. So, but there is nothing new. Like they forget everything.
Well,
there's nothing new, man.
I will admit that there's not too much new that I've seen so far, with the exception of them doing their version of War Mode. Their version of War Mode, of course, probably ain't what I imagined. I slightly imagined some of it. I get some of it, but it has to do with the amount of players and the map size. That's
exactly. You cannot do that with 18 players no more. Nah.
Yeah, like when I was thinking War Mode, a lot of people want us to do that on World at War right now, because they imagine War Mode with a lot of players on the battlefield, you know, going forward. And War Mode is so enjoyable. So
it is, but it's not new. It is, but I'm talking about offering new things.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not new. It's just in their way of doing it. It's a bit new how they're approaching it, as far as having you build up things or having you defend areas and push forward in a certain type of way. Like you have objectives this time during War Mode, not just hold this point until you totally contain it and then move on to the next point. So they have objectives and different advantages and disadvantages, stuff like that. Even with that said, though, it's really not a lot to the game. I'm kind of with you on that. You know, I watched more of the video and I just didn't see much. And I do wish they would. I wish, but I know they're not going to, because I know it's all about the money at the end of the day. What they think will bring them, and they're only concentrated on a small audience that they want everybody else to really put up with.
Yeah.
So yeah, Battlefield 1. If you haven't been off of a Call of Duty in a while and you took a trip over to Battlefield 1, it's a monster for your eyes. It's just like, damn. A game can look like this. Yeah, a game is supposed to look like that today. It's supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
They're playing the same thing for quite a long time, and they're not going to really give you that over there. So if you're a sole Call of Duty player, I would say give Battlefield 1 a try.
They should, man. They should.
Yeah.
And like when I watched the World at War Call of Duty New Games trailer,
World War II.
yeah, they did some good, but overall the game is still have something I don't like, and it's come to the point where you're waiting for new DLC coming for Battlefield, then actual game come from Call of Duty. So, and I feel when I watch new DLC come from Battlefield, I enjoy that more. I rather pay money for DLC, not for
a whole new
for a
Call
game.
of Duty. Yeah.
Not for a game.
Because
And the one thing what actually make me mad that you have to buy the game just to try the beta. That's that thing. Like,
No, that's terrible. That's terrible.
no, I'm not gonna try it. I'm not. Thank you.
it's so weird.
Do your
Man.
thing.
It's like, don't you want people to experience whatever this new thing is? But you know, this is
It's not beta no more. It's not, if we pay money to play beta, it's not beta no more. It's not.
I really think it's the attitude.
Beta just yeah.
I think it's their attitude. They know that, you know, they want to call it a beta or whatever, but they know that they still have this Call of Duty audience. Even though it has been shown on Advanced Warfare and even Modern Warfare Remastered that people are kind of tired of accepting the BS. It's like they still feel like they know they can do it, so they're going to charge for you to experience the game ahead of time and try to see what it's about. But I have to say, it's not free. I'm not interested. I would rather know. You want to spread your game out to as many people as possible for them to understand how good the game is. So, but yeah, that's that, man. So my final words: just check out Battlefield 1 because it's a great game and it has a lot of things that you all probably haven't experienced yet. And if you're still on the Call of Duty train, whether it's the old Call of Duty or the new Call of Duties, and if you just like strictly Call of Duty, for you, Battlefield 1 is the game you want to play. If it's all about being used to something or being familiar with something, Battlefield 1 is that experience. Battlefield 1 is not slow. I've seen some people say that Battlefield, I think they're thinking about some other stuff, but Battlefield 1 isn't
It's not
slow.
slow.
Even with
it's
the
not
maps
slow at all.
being big, you know, it's not slow. You don't have to worry.
Actually,
about
wait, we are in the game right now, so we can tell you better. Right now.
Yeah. So you can definitely, you'll probably find yourself moving slightly faster than the older Call of Duties. I'll just make that comparison. I'm not going to make comparison to the futuristic Call of Duties because, of course, they move faster. They're the futuristic Call of Duties.
They flying.
Yeah, and all that type of stuff, you know. So that little dog that's forever in the air, keep curling up in the air or whatever. But I will say, if you're currently playing, for example, Call of Duty 4 and World at War, Battlefield 1 is faster than those two games. So thinking it's slow? No, it's not slow at all. It's not whatever things you may think of from the past or anything like that. This ain't that. Battlefield 1 is the most accessible to you Call of Duty fans, Call of Duty players, and people that are still on the older Call of Duties like Call of Duty 4 and World at War. Just check this one out. Give it a try.
Yep.
Our guy, UCS clan member TXTNT recently bought the game, and he's just been loving it, man. He's been MIA because he's been on that Battlefield 1 heavy, and he's expressed how much he loves the game and how much it blew him away. He's just enjoying it so much. I mean, there was a time we were talking, I think on the forum, and he had kind of disappeared from answering whatever the questions was, and he came back later and he's like, "Sorry, man, it's BF1, man. It got me. You know, I'm you know."
Yeah.
He recently upgraded his PC in order to play BF1.
Yeah, I want to add more thing. Like, you have, before you go to Battlefield, just make sure that your PC can run this game.
Yeah. And that's probably another thing as well. It's probably another thing, like people probably have older PCs or laptops, and those probably aren't going to cut it for Battlefield. I don't think the requirements are really high for Battlefield 1. I just think it's a more modern game.
Yeah.
It's going to really hammer your CPU. So the CPU is probably going to be the most important thing you're going to want to make sure is on point. A good AMD Ryzen CPU could probably handle a lot of that. You know, it has multiple cores, and you can get it for a good price. So that's something that would probably take a little bit of pressure off of the CPU end.
This kind of advertisement to Ryzen, yeah, bro.
Sadly, it is, but I'm not trying to advertise for Ryzen. AMD, slide me some coin. No, I'm not trying to advertise the Ryzen. I am trying to speak on, well, actually, my route eventually, because I am looking at, I'm looking for like smoother gameplay and things that wouldn't hinder your experience as much. I know Battlefield is known for using 100% CPU. Now I think we all know that.
Yeah.
In Windows 10, it fluctuates. So I think there was one time you all had lower CPU usage, and then sometimes it'll go up. I don't know. Maybe it just all depends on the updates. But yeah, with that said, you're just gonna want a modern PC. It doesn't have to be a high-end PC to run Battlefield. It just needs to be modern. That's all. Something that is closer to today. Even if it was 2 years ago, maybe even 3-4 years ago, just as long as it's modern. Nothing from 2007, 2008, or nothing you bought to play Call of Duty World at War at the time. To just get over that hump. You don't want to do that. So just make sure you have a modern PC, and you should be straight. So that's to the PC side of things. But yeah, overall, don't be intimidated, Call of Duty players, because I'm quite sure once you touch Battlefield 1, you'll actually love it. Once you get into it and get familiar with things, you'll start to understand. You really start to understand. Your mind will start to be clear. And you can always go back to Call of Duty and play it back and forth, but it's not gonna really be the same. As Call of Duty is like, I don't know, it's like this gate that you keep the dogs in or whatever. It's small.
It's just another girlfriend you want to. It's just another girl you want to have a nightstand with.
Alrighty. Yeah, some
always compare it as your girlfriend, man.
No, it's just another girl that you want to fuck for the night. That's all. And then you change it.
Alright.
You don't want to really keep it.
Alrighty. So
yeah, but I want to say, you guys should go to Battlefield 1, and you're gonna like it, man. Is it? I heard that some new, not new members, it's like members from PDE that have the game. They got the game, right?
Oh yeah, there are some members. Yeah, there's some members that have the game. A few of them we don't even see anymore, possibly because of that, because they're playing Battlefield 1. Yeah, man, we all definitely need to. That's supposed to be the thing. I think we kind of got splintered because everybody didn't really have the game at first. A lot of people didn't have the game at first. So now I think we can work with something. That's all we really want to say about the Battlefield and Call of Duty, because some of you all may not understand it, and you may be new to just looking at Call of Duty from a but not Call of Duty, Battlefield from a distance, and been playing Call of Duty all your life, and just feel like, don't take what people say and all this big stuff, like you gotta know this, you gotta do this, you gotta be that, you gotta don't take all that stuff. Pick up Battlefield 1 and see for yourself. Play the game, get into the game, and really see what it's about. And I'm quite sure you'll love it. This is the advancement that you should be looking at in today's time, in modern day. That's what you should be looking at. Call of Duty is cool, but you all played this game before. So,
Yeah.
I think we should. I think we should show Kersey this video. I think he's going to play Battlefield if we watch this video. I hope so. I've been trying to convince him to play Battlefield.
It's on point. It's on point. I can't lie. It's on point.
Yeah, I like it. They're making fun of me because I've been busy in the last few months, and so I haven't been able to hop on Battlefield 1 like I would love to, because I'm quite sure I missed a lot of updates, a lot of DLC, a lot of stuff, a lot of new maps and modes and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And especially some of the night maps, some of the new night maps. I wish I experienced those, but I've been quite busy. So, yeah, get that.
They stole my PC, unfortunately, and I can't have access to it.
Yo, man, why you don't invite me, man?
Okay, these guys. So, as you can see right now, they're all in Battlefield 1. Any last words, Coco Mobby Mob?
I don't really know why we still talk about the Call of Duty versus Battlefield 1. I think that's
I think you're confused. This is not.
I just didn't want to.
No, this is not a Call of Duty versus Battlefield. This is a bridge, so to speak. This is for Call of Duty players who may not know, who may think that Battlefield is some kind of big and slow. The stuff that's been said about Battlefield over the years that people really believe, all that type of stuff, like Battlefield 1 ain't that. Battlefield 1 moves. And it's an action game.
You people gotta try that for yourself, guys. It's not a slow-paced game. It's not at all, actually. It just has big maps, and that's it. But you have 64 players, all right?
Yes. You got big maps, but you got 64 players on this.
Picture that.
And you got a lot of action going on. I had a video where it started, it was near the end of the video. We were just starting a map, and then just to see like the planes flying over and the tanks moving, all the soldiers running and rushing and everything, man. I mean, it's beautiful, man. It looks like, it kind of reminds you of some movie stuff, but it's like, it's the game. And it's just, the action, man, the action is great. So that's what this was. This is not I don't want anybody to take it as a versus video, even though we have expressed some thoughts, maybe. And it's not like thoughts you haven't heard before if you heard any of our previous conversations. So, but this is not a versus video. This is more of a bridge video to those that are still on the fence or intimidated, like I said, or thinking that type of way. Battlefield 1 is your game. That's the game for you. So really give that game a try. If you're a Call of Duty player, if you're an older Call of Duty player that's still on Call of Duty 4, World at War, check out Battlefield 1. And before we end this here, I want to say props to all of you all that rated the Modern Warfare Remaster. Modern Warfare Remaster standalone on PC. You all rated it properly. Let me just say that. You all rated the game properly. And it deserves it. It deserved it before it ever even released. Because you know that we don't mess with games like that. Yeah, they up the graphics and all that stuff, but we don't really want that. We don't want that. I know some of you all were expecting to get a more of an upgraded Call of Duty 4 experience from the PC, but that's not what they're trying to give you. What they're really trying to have you all pushed in the direction of everything small, everything 6-on-6. I don't know if they're called, whatever kind of packages that's going on, whatever the type of microtransactions they're doing, all that type of stuff. Like they're trying to push you into this new format, so it doesn't matter if they're remaking the game or remastering, whatever you want to say. All the ways of how we roll on the PC, they are trying to kill that completely. So every new Call of Duty game going forward will not have those features anymore. I think I can say that for certain now. I mean, how many years has it been? And I think about 10 maybe. And we don't have any of those features anymore, so you can forget it. So give y'all props to that. It's good to see that brown color over there on that review page. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of thumbs down over there. It deserved it. It's just not how we roll on PC, and you know, it's sad we had to be treated like that. It's a shame. Anyway, that's that. Pick up BF1 if you can. That's the game for you if you're looking for something new, if you're looking for a more modern experience. Battlefield 1 is probably where you want to be. The movement is great. It's not slow. They are currently playing it right now. You know, just say you'll enjoy it. You'll be into it in just a little while. That's all.
Wait.
All right. Oh, what's up?
They coming on D, I think.
Okay, they're coming on D.
From where?
This is it right now. We're
Yeah, from B. Are they coming?
yeah, we're gonna end this one right now because they're coming on B. They're coming from B, and so we got to be careful with that.
Yep.
So we'll holler at y'all later, and hopefully this helps you all out, make your decision a lot better if you've been on the fence and looking for that. So for PDElite Gaming, the PDGA community, UCS Tank Server, best mates, gets having fun. Where y'all at, man? I can't find y'all. Hopefully I'll find y'all sometime or another. And all the rest of them, the extreme idiots, you know, all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all, and I guess we out, right, Tifa? Right?
We holla.
Just do the beginning part, what you was just doing. Just the word and the little intro beat. Not all of it. Just about 5 seconds.
Which words?
You started off with, you start out like that, and then you just went into the.
Okay. I think it would be good if Tifa did it.
Yeah. All right. Like.
Okay.
I can see now why
It's Shogun Swanda.
Man, you gotta understand what he said, Kirsten.
Nah, I ain't worried about it, man.
You
Go
should
ahead,
understand
go
what he
ahead.
said. Shugli Naswan, which mean, how to explain that? It's like bitch's way, or I was like, yeah, this kind of like
Battlefield!
Let's kick it off.
Battlefield. All right. Yep.
That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough.
Man, I tried Battlefield 3 and PS3, man. It's wow. Man, this game is unbelievable. Unplayable, man. At all. Can't do anything.
Perfectly terrible.
Yeah. Like over like 20 frames per second, man.
Whoa.
Everything goes so slow.
That's scary right there, man. Man, you can't, in my opinion, man, you can't really play a first-person shooter with 20 frames per second, or even 30. I mean, I just not multiplayer-wise, you know.
Yo, whatever, man. You'll be in my rearview mirror next time.